Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, my brothers and sisters in the world. I'm coming before you to do another how-to video. I pray all is well with you guys. I pray all is well with your families. And I pray that you're doing what is necessary to continue to be righteous in God's eyes. All right, so let's get into this video. The purpose of this video is to demonstrate how to reset the Naxeon I AM if something gets wanky with the software and or something irregular is happening with the bike that you just don't understand or can correct. So the way to fix that is typically to do a reboot. That's typical with most computerized items, to include Teslas, right? My Tesla, there's times when something is wanky and you just have to do a soft reboot in most cases, and it corrects it, especially when it comes to the network connectivity. I notice more than anything else with that. I haven't put a SIM card in this yet to test network connectivity. Something I'm planning to do in the future. I got to find the right carrier with the right plan, for this, because it's not going to be a constant thing. But it's good to have that connectivity because searching maps and so forth, it just makes it that much easier. And there's a video that's going to come pertaining to that aspect of it. All right, so let's jump right into this. Let's start with the easiest method of rebooting if the system allows you to, right? One is to use the settings and the software to do a reboot. And I'll show you how to get to that really quickly. So you just hit your gear button for settings. Obviously, if you're not in settings, you want to get there and you want to scroll down on the left-hand side to, one second guys, to system management, and it says reboot instruments. I am going to do that for you, so let's just do it. Reboot, it asks you, are you sure you want to reboot the instrument? And I'm assuming instrument means the computer, right? But it is a Chinese translation, so some of the stuff don't necessarily translate correctly. Of course, we want to confirm. And as you can see, it's restarting. The Naxeon logo pops up, and much like the Tesla, it's very similar, man. I mean, they took a lot of the pages out of Tesla, which attracted me to this bike in the first place. And so it's doing this thing. It got a little bit of matrix thing going on there. I like that function or that feature as well. It's kind of cool. Pretty cool. All right, we'll let it do its thing. It's real decent in terms of the boot time. Here it just kicked in. I'm sitting on the bike, so it registers that the bike is active and someone is present and all the necessary permissions are in play. All right, so that's the first way of rebooting the bike. It's the easiest way, okay? We're gonna go ahead and do the second way. I'm not gonna cut this video. We're just gonna jump right into what it takes to reboot the bike alternatively. And I've had to do this. I'm not gonna expunge in this video as to why it occurs and what was happening, but we'll get into that in subsequent videos. But yeah, it was a challenge. So now I'll advise you guys to always ride with something that has a point that allows you to do the function that I'm gonna show you here in a second. All right, so let's say the screen is dead. There's no way the screen is frozen and nothing is functioning for you, and you need to power cycle this bike. The alternative to release the seat, there's two methods, right? There's one here via the settings, and I'll show you that. And how we're going to do this is by switching off the main breaker, right? And the only way to get to the main breaker is to get underneath the seat. So, you have to come into the software to be able to hit seat lock, right? And let's go ahead and hit that. You heard that click, and that released the seat, right? So now the seat is free to come up and you can get to the breaker in here. However, if the display is frozen, there's no way for you to get to that function right here, right? So You have to do it kind of like you do with Teslas. Again, I'm going to keep making those references because I have both of them, right? So there's usually, like, especially for the doors, right? The doors are electronic locks. But if that failed because of a collision or something, you can't get out of a Tesla, there's a mechanical release on each door that allows you to get out on the front side, right? So on this bike, in the same relative location of the seat, just on the bottom side, there's a cap right here. Right? You see that cap? Well, that cap, you see the little scratch up. So in my scenario, when it happened, I had to find something on the side of the road to kind of get in there and get that open, because your nails aren't going to work, man. I almost broke one off trying to pop that thing down. So now I carry this little tool with me that is just a pry tool for car panels and so forth. So I can get in here, stick that up in there, and pop that off. 1, 2, 3, A, B, C. Now, see if we can get you guys up in here. I'm trying to make sure you see what I see. Yeah, you should. So now, once you got that cap off, there's a little pull cable there. That's a release for the seat, and you only just have to reach up in here. Try and do it so you can see me. 1 second, guys. Grab the cable, pull on it, and it releases the seat. You heard the click, and the seat is now released. And voila. You can get in there. Once you pull the seat, you get to the breaker, and you turn the breaker off, which shuts the entire bike down, disconnects the battery from all its systems, and you turn it back on. And the bike is going to reboot in the same manner it did when we did the software shutdown via the settings. So it's rebooting. You'll see the same matrix animation similarly. And the bike will come back up, and hopefully whatever your issue was, it'll be rectified. Just wait for it. We want to go 100% on this. Voila, you heard the power on sound, and voila, we're in. And we're back up, all information is in play, and that's the name of that game. So that's the two options for Powercycling this bike, one via software and one via the main breaker for the bike. Cool. All right. Well, guys, I hope that was informative and that it benefits you in your time of need. As usual, God bless you and keep you in His holy name, you and your family, friends, and whomever is associated with you. I pray all is continue to be well with you guys, and that all becomes righteous in God's eyes. Thank you for all you do, and thank you for all you guys are in the world. You make it a better place. God bless you all, and I'll talk to you on the next one. Take care. Bye.